Hi, second graders. It's Mrs. Aisha. We are going to introduce our vocabulary words for lesson 23. So, if you want to follow along with me, that would be great. We are going to start. So I'm going to do I say, you say. So I say the word and then you're going to say it. And then we're going to think about what the word means. And then we're going to kind of talk about it and then talk about the definition. All right, are we ready? The first word is yarn. Say it. Yarn. Oh, no, I don't want that yet. People use yarn to knit sweaters, hats, and mittens. Take a couple seconds. What do you think yarn means? Let's think about it.
Yarn. Yarn is a spun thread that is used for knitting or weaving. Estambre. El estambre es un hilo que se usa para tejer.
So yarn. Yarn is a spun thread that is used for knitting or weaving. Where have you used or seen yarn? Think about it. Maybe you see yarn around you. Maybe you have a blanket that is made out of yarn, or maybe a scarf. Yarn is thread that is used for knitting or weaving, and usually they are made into other things like clothing items or blankets. The next word is strands. Say it, strands. The strands of yarn are tied into knots at the bottom of this rug. Strands. Think about it. What does strands mean?
Strands. Strands are thin pieces of thread, string, or hair. Hebras. Las hebras son piezas delgadas de hilo, cordel o pelo.
So strands are thin pieces of thread, string, or hair. Look around you. Do you see any strands? Maybe there's strands on your body. I know Mrs. Isham has some jeans that have strands of thread that hang out by the knee. Maybe you have jeans that have strands of thin pieces of thread or string that hang off of your clothing. Maybe if you are a girl and you have your hair put up in a braid and you may have strands of hair that fall out. It's thin pieces of hair. It's not a whole bunch of something. It's just small, thin pieces of hair or thread or string. Okay. Spinning, everyone. Say it ready. Spinning. Spinning. It takes lots of practice spinning chunks of wool into thin yarn. Think about it. What do you think spinning means?
Spinning. Twisting together pieces of material to make yarn or thread is called spinning. Hilar. Hilar es retorcer fibras de material para hacer estambre o hilo.
So spinning is the action. So an action is a movement of taking yarn and wool, two pieces, twisting together pieces of material to make yarn or wood or thread. Wow, Mrs. Aisha. So it's the action of twisting things together. Can you show me a spinning motion you would use to create? Do you see how this lady is spinning the wool? Can you show me how you would spin? Great job. Okay, the next word is dye. Everyone say dye. Dye. These shirts are soaked in dye to make them colorful. Think about it. What do you think this die means? Now, it's not D-I-E, die, like my dog died. This is D-Y-E. It's completely different. This is a homophone. Okay? What does this die mean?
Dye. Dye is a liquid that is used to change the color of cloth or other soft material. Tinte. El tinte es un líquido que se usa para cambiar el color de la tela o de otros materiales suaves.
Dye. So this dye is not like how if you had a dog that died, that is no longer with us. That is not the same dye. This dye is a liquid that is used to change the color of cloth or other soft material. So you may, this is a good idea. So many of you will soon maybe dye some eggs for Easter. Now this is not the dye, where something is no longer living. This is where you change the color of something. What is something around you that has been dyed a different color? Okay. Weave. Say it. Weave. This woman will weave dried grasses into baskets. Weave. Oh, what do you think weave means? Think about it. Ooh, go.
Weave. To weave means to make an item by crossing materials over one another or by braiding them together. Tejer. Tejer significa entrelazar materiales o trenzarlos para hacer un objeto.
So weave is when you cross materials over one another or by braiding them together. This woman here is making a basket. She's weaving grasses over each other, kind of like braiding, to create a basket. When would you weave something? Think about it. Maybe you weaved together strings to make a bracelet, or maybe you weaved together some hair or you braided some hair. Sharpening, say it, sharpening. This pencil does not need sharpening anymore. Sharpening, what do you think sharpening means?
Sharpening. If you are sharpening something, you are making its edge very pointed or thin. Afilar. Si estás afilando algo, estás haciendo que sus bordes sean puntiagudos o delgados.
So sharpening is when you make something, the edge of it pointed, very pointed or thin. Think of something that needs sharpening. What is something that needs sharpening? I know our pencils always need sharpening. What about maybe a knife? Maybe when your parents are using a knife to cut meat, it's not sharpened. It's not sharp enough, so they have to sharpen it to make a very pointed edge. Duplicated, say it. Duplicated. You just duplicated me. Some colors on this rug are duplicated. They appear again and again. Say it. Duplicated. Duplicated. What do you think duplicated means? Mrs. Isham gave you a big hint.
Duplicated. If you have duplicated something, you have made an exact copy of it. Duplicar. Si duplicaste algo, hiciste una copia exacta de ese objeto.
Awesome. So duplicated, you do it again and again. What is something you duplicate over and over again? I know my sister duplicates what I say all the time. All right, the next word is delicious. Say it. Oh, duplicate it. Delicious. This baker makes delicious cakes. They are very tasty.
Delicious. Food that is delicious has great flavor. Delicioso. La comida que es deliciosa tiene muy buen sabor.
Awesome, delicious. Now think of something that what food do you think is absolutely delicious? All right, we're going to continue going on. For vocabulary, we are going to look at compound words for this week. I have a quick brain pop video for you to watch, and it's a review. We've already looked at compound words. We're just going to review what compound words are. Okay, here we go.
Grandpa daydreams while he gives a haircut. Firefighter Farah tells a folktale around the campfire. Did you spot the compound words? What are compound words? A compound word is a word that is made up of two or more different words. Different words are joined together to make a new word with a different meaning. In this sentence, haircut is a compound word. It's made up of the word hair and cut. When you join the two words together, you get one word that means the cut and style of hair. The word daydream is also a compound word. It's made up of the word day and dream. When you join the two words together, you get one word that means to dream during the day. In this sentence, firefighter is a compound word. It's made up of the word fire and fighter. Together, they form a word that means a person who fights fires. What are some compound words? I can think of a lot of compound words. When you stand on your hands, you're doing a handstand. If you stay out in the sun too long, you can get a sunburn. So you should wear sunblock. Sometimes there are rainstorms in the summer. There are compound words all around us. Playground, backpack, homework, and basketball are all compound words. A rattlesnake is a snake that has a rattle on its tail that it shakes. A woodpecker is a bird that pecks wood. A catfish is a fish that has feelers that look like cat whiskers. This is a special fish that has a big fin that looks like a sail. What do you think it's called? Right, Moby, it's a sailfish. What do you call a pot that's used to make tea? A teapot. What do you call a brush that you use to clean your teeth? A toothbrush. How can compound words help you when you read? Sometimes when I read, I get to a word that I don't know. Ms. Withers always wears a bow tie. What's a bow tie? That's a compound word. We can break it apart to figure out what it means. Well, I know what a bow is, and I know what a tie is. So, a bow tie must be a tie that looks like a bow. Grandpop is a globetrotter. What does globetrotter mean? Break apart the word to help you figure it out. I know that a globe is a model of Earth, and when a horse trots, it jogs or runs slowly. So, a globetrotter must be someone who runs around the world and visits different places.
All right, we're going to stop right there because we're running out of time. But it was great teaching you vocabulary words today. I'll see you guys later. Bye.